day everyone, I am Riza Maybona and welcome to my video about projectile motion. So for my chosen activity, I'll be demonstrating very simple yet interesting, tossing a coin upward. In this activity, I'll explain how projectile motion works using a coin, something we often see but rarely think about in terms of physics. First, what is projectile motion? Projectile motion happens when an object is thrown into the air and moves under the influence of gravity. The path it follows called a trajectory. In this experiment, the coin is my projectile. When I toss it upwards, it moves under the influence of gravity, slows down, and stops for a split of seconds and then falls back down because of gravity. As I toss the coin upward, it moves with an initial velocity that I give it using my hand. Gravity acts downward with a constant acceleration of approximately 9.8 meters per second squared. While going up, the coin's velocity decreases because gravity pulls it downward. At the very top of its path, its velocity becomes zero for an instant. Then it starts to fall back down, speeding up again because of gravity. Here's a simple diagram of what's happening. The coin leaves my hand with an upward velocity. Gravity acts in the opposite direction, slowing it down. At the peak, velocity is zero. Then the coin accelerates downward until it returns to my hand or the ground. This shows the two parts of projectile motion: upward motion and downward motion. Even though it looks like a straight line, it's still considered a projectile motion because of gravity affects the object's path. This simple coin toss actually shows the same principle that applies to throwing a ball, kicking a soccer ball, or even shooting an arrow. In all cases, gravity pulls the object downward, shaping its path. So whether it's a coin, a basketball, or even a fireworks, they all follow the laws of projectile motion. To sum it up, tossing a coin upward demonstrates projectile motion because the coin moves under the influence of gravity after it leaves my hand. It has an upward and downward motion. And that's exactly what projectile motion is. What I learned from this activity is that even the simplest actions like tossing a coin have a science behind them. It made me realize that physics is not just about numbers or formulas. It's about understanding how the world around us works even in the smallest moments. Through this experiment, I learned that every object we throw, toss, or launch moves according to the certain laws of nature. And that's what makes science so amazing. It's everywhere, even in things we don't usually notice. Just like the coin, sometimes in life we rise, slow down, and fall. But gravity, just like life challenges, always pulls us back down, not to stop us, but to remind us that we can always rise again. It's a cycle of learning, growing, and starting over again. This simple activity taught me that science and life are connected. Both reminds us to keep going up no matter how many times we fall, because every fall is just a chance to rise higher. Thank you everyone for watching my video. I hope you learned something new about projectile motion, even just as simple as tossing a coin.